What is up, my fitness freaks? Welcome to another video. So today's workout that I'm going to be showing you is a hamstring focused workout. I've really been working hard on improving my legs lately. Before I talk about that though, I just wanted to say I had a camera course recently, so hopefully my video quality is going to go up. I've learned about all the settings on my camera, so I should look a lot less washed out in the gym now, and I should hopefully be able to get much clearer and correct colour in my videos, so it'll be much easier on the eyes. Might take me a little bit of practice to perfect it, but I think it's already a lot better, so I hope you enjoy the improved quality. So anyway, I'm training with Brian this workout. He does primarily powerlifting, strength training, but he has a really good physique, his legs are really good. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to train with him as well, because he knows all the core powerlifting lifts really well, and I really wanted to start getting into trying some new lifts to develop my physique. I'm really trying to break out of what I used to do and try a bunch of different exercises. And I know for a fact Sumo Deadlifts are one of the ones that really works the back of your legs really well. But I've never before trained them. So before the form police get on my ass, in this video is the first time I've ever really done any Sumo Deadlifts with more than like 50 kg. So it was a proper Sumo Deadlift session with squats, loads of other stuff. We're just going to jump straight into the workout, but yeah. So we started the workout with squats. So I was following Brian's training plan today. He has hired himself a strength coach because he just wants to get his numbers up, and he's really into his powerlifting at the minute and just wants to get his lifts up. So I'm following his program, but I'm just doing higher rep ranges. So to begin with, we are doing, we pyramided up to some working sets. So I started off at 140 for 10. This is the weight range I quite like with squats at the minute. Like around the 140 mark, I feel comfortable, I feel strong, I can do 10 rep sets for 5 sets pretty comfortably. I will point out though, in this workout, it was only 3 days since my previous hamstring day, and my hamstrings weren't fully recovered. So under this weight, I felt really damn strong, especially since I started carping up during my on my leg days. But the problem was, and you'll see when I do the heavier sets, in the hole at the bottom of the squat, my hamstrings were so still depleted and not fully recovered that I just lacked that power to come out of it. And when I went into my heavier sets, I really felt that. Brian here, making 160 look like fucking a piece of piss. So he's doing 4x4 on squats, so he pyramided up to his working weight and did 4x4. Loads of power. He's got really good squat form as well. So it's good to train someone who lifts heavy and with good form. It just makes me get the right practices in. So I went for 160 on my next set, because normally I can do 160 for between 6 and 8. So that was kind of what I was going for. And the first few reps felt great, which you'll see. So it was really nice and smooth, slow down, power up. But then you can see the top half of the rep though was way faster. And that's because my hamstrings at the bottom, I was really feeling it in the hole, like really struggling to get out of it. And I was going to go for a 4th rep, but I was like, no, I want to put the safeties up a level. So I bumped the safeties up a level, jumped straight back in. There's no rest between those 2 clips. I literally just put the safeties up and did another 2 reps. But my hamstrings were just feeling really fatigued already from the get-go. So they just didn't have that top end strength they would normally have. So although those reps look really easy, it looks like I could have done a lot more. If I'd done more reps, I know I would have failed. So it's sometimes just about knowing your body and knowing when to stop yourself getting injured. So although it looked smooth on the video, I could feel in the back of my legs, especially in the hole, I just had no power. So Brian's on, I'm not sure how his program's going, but I think it's getting heavier and heavier. He just batched out his 4x4 on squats, while I went to do a couple of back off sets on 140 again. After I tried the 160 and my hamstrings weren't feeling it, I went back down. But Brian's squat form is like perfect as well, and so I know with my squat form I need to work on this a little bit, is I have a bit of butt wink at the bottom. So what that is where your pelvis sort of tucks under a little bit, and it has gotten better, so I really focus on pushing my arse out now, but you can see at the bottom of the reps it still tucks under a little bit. So basically that's taking tension away from the glutes and putting it onto your lower back, on your quads, and it's not what you want, because all the power is in your strength and hips. in your hips and glutes even, especially at the bottom. So I'm really trying to correct that, and it helps stop getting lower back pumps during sets as well. It's just something I need to work on and really try and focus on stopping that. With my squats, I feel like that's my only real issue. Then we went on to sumo deadlifts. We did at least 5 working sets, it might have been more. I recorded a ton of sumos, and these are the first ones I've ever done, and I feel like they went pretty good. So Amy's powerlifting book helped here a lot as well, and also just getting some tips on the actual technique to do sumos, and I love them. Like, after my first set, I was like, fuck, why have I not been doing these before? Because you can see in this clip how much my hamstrings are getting used. I mean, I know my shorts are quite like low down, but you can see my hamstrings really firing and the back of my legs. And I tell you what, today, the day after recording this, my hamstrings and glutes have never been more fucking sore. So these heavy compound lifts that I've been missing out, like sumos, really made a difference. So I felt great on that light working set. This was Brian still warming up, so working up to his working sets. I believe he was doing up to 190, but he said that he's only started doing sumos himself in the last 2 months, and it has massively grown the backs of his legs and his posterior chain. It's really thickened them out. So I'm going to start smashing these every hamstring day for sure, because I feel it. Like, I used to think, and I like a lot of people, that sumo deadlifts were for pussies, and that conventional, you know, you're getting more range of motion technically, because I guess when you're standing wider, you're closer to the ground. But actually, it's a completely different movement. It takes the lower back out of the equation a lot and puts so much more stress on your hamstrings, adductors, hips, and glutes, which is something I really need to work on and just growing my legs. Amy was joining us as well for some sets. She was doing her own sort of leg day, and us lifting heavy made her want to start doing some deadlifts too, even though they weren't in our plan for the day. So we've got a good double deadlift set here, and then Brian, this is his working sets of 190 for 3. So he did 5 sets of 3, so he's really going for the strength here, whereas I was doing less weight. So I was only doing 170, but this is my first time ever doing sumo deadlifts, and I just wanted to make sure my technique was right. So I've got a few different camera angles so people can critique me properly and see if I'm doing it right. But Brian said my form was pretty good, and so did Amy. One thing I was told is that I need to get my first set, my armpits weren't over the bar enough. And also the previous set you saw me do, I did double overhand grip and my grip gave out. So this set we used chalk, mixed grip, and it felt a lot better. I got my armpits more over the bar, and it just clicked right away. Like, another thing I love about the sumo deadlift as well is I didn't get the horrible, painful back pumps that just destroy you. And this is a problem with taking Tren or like Deca as well. I get really bad back pumps, but pulling sumo, I didn't get that like back pump issue because the lower back is taken massively out of the equation. And I don't really want to grow my lower back or waist anyway. So taking that out of the equation and really making it more of a leg movement with the sumo, it fits what I want so perfectly, and I don't know why I haven't been doing it before. Another tip Brian showed me that I was like the few times I practiced sumos before on lightweight I was doing wrong is I was holding the bar way too close together. He said I should hold it really close to my thighs, like he was doing there, so holding the bar actually quite wide. Apparently holding it quite narrow, it actually throws you off a bit, especially if you're a bit taller. So holding it wide really actually helped me. So side angle here, so you can just see that my back and everything is actually straight and I get my hips nice and low. And another thing with sumos that I just get better than with conventional is my hips don't shoot up too fast with sumo. Everything comes up in a smooth motion all at once. My back and my legs extend at the same time. For some reason when I'm deadlifting conventional, my hips just shoot up first and then it's all on my lower back, and I think that's one of the reasons why I really hate it as well. I just can't seem to get that coordination. But with sumo deadlifts, I was able to properly coordinate and get everything to come up at the same time, and yeah, it's a proper game changer for me. Like, honestly, I really hope this builds up. Well, it's going to build up my legs a lot, and my legs have already improved a shit ton since I got back to the gym and been able to do heavy compound lifts. and all the isolation stuff. And sumos is one I'm going to be chucking in all the time. And I reckon soon I'll be able to do 200 sumos easily for reps. That's going to be the goal, but I'm not going to push myself too hard with the weight. I just care more about the form, and you can see like Brian pointing out there, you just give me some tips while I'm doing my set. My grip pretty much gave out, that's why I stopped there. I probably could have done a few more reps, but honestly, didn't need to. This is Brian's final set. He was only meant to do 5x3, but on his last set, it was just like, fuck it, AMRAP, and just mashed out split reps, making it look easy at 190. But I'm really glad I decided to join him for this session, and we're going to do a lot more training sessions together on different things. Single leg press is something I never really do as well, but it was in his program, so we followed it. And after the squats and the sumos, it really taxes your hamstrings, and doing a high-footed single leg press, I really felt it hit my hamstrings nicely, like really nicely. Compared to when I do it with two leg, a bit heavier, I tend to find it engages my quads more, no matter how high and wide I put my feet. But doing it single leg, suddenly, I don't know why, but it just really, I really felt it tensing my hamstrings and contracting them. So I'm going to be using a lot more of single leg exercises on my hamstring days as well, because I've really noticed the benefit just from this one exercise. I was like, shit, I really feel it. I also need to get a tan, because you can actually see some definition on Brian, because he's brown and not ginger skin. But that's something I'm going to work on. I need to hit the sunbed soon. So yeah, we did 5 sets of single leg press for 8 to 12 reps per leg, and both of us getting nice and deep in the leg press here. If you're not almost kneeing yourself in the face, you're not leg pressing deep enough, basically. And if you don't have that flexibility to go that deep, you need to work on it, because now I get sick of people half repping 500 kilos in the leg press. It's really annoying. Next up, we had walking lunges, which were bloody brutal. I didn't even need much weight. These fucked me so hard at this point in the workout. I was really struggling, but managed to grind through it. And these walking lunges, after all the stuff was done already, so good on the hamstrings. Normally when I walk and lunge, I end up feeling it more in my quads, or I'm doing it for quads. But actually, they're really good for hitting your glutes and hamstrings too. And especially when you're pre-exhausted with a bunch of other exercises, you don't even need to use much weight on them. It's more about just getting deep into the reps. You can see each rep I'm really getting low, and letting my hamstrings stretch at the bottom a little bit, getting nice and deep, stretch, like that. So if I really wanted to hit my hamstrings more, I shouldn't let my knee come too far over my toes, because that hits quads more. So I am a little bit on one of my legs. I think just because I had a little bit of knee pain on it, it was just more comfortable to come forward like that. But really you should try not, so my left knee was going over my toes, whereas my right knee wasn't, but you don't see that. But yeah, we did 4 sets of these, and they really screwed my hamstrings up. And then to finish, and this is something I do every leg day, but I don't show it in videos very often, just because it's a bit awkward to record sometimes, is the adductor superset. So I always start with the groin or adductors, and slow reps with a squeeze. So squeeze, 1, 2, stretch, and squeeze, 1, 2, stretch. So I time every rep in my head, I count it, and I'm really just trying to focus on tensing muscles. Building up the inner and outer thigh is really important to get stronger squats, deadlifts, everything, but also just have a good rounded looking leg. And my legs have grown so much since I got back to the gym, like so much. More than any other body part, and it's because I've been smashing them really hard, and just the muscle memory's come back, and I'm doing new exercises that I haven't before. Honestly, I'm really happy with where things are going, and I think in a couple of months I will be getting close to like an actual pro physique level again. My body fat's dropping really fast, as you can see. Like, well, it's not really clear in this lighting, but in the video you can see each video I'm getting leaner. I'll do a physique update at some point soon again, but every week I'm recording myself posing in the gym lighting in the exact same spot, so I can compare it week on week. So I've been doing that for the last 2 weeks, so this will be the 3rd week I'll be doing it. So it'll be a good time to compare, you know, having 3 weeks gap between like posing sessions. And then I've got a posing session with John Lofthouse. So I'm going to do that when I get back from my holiday in mid-August, when I should be really nice and lean, be able to actually see some definition, and we'll try and come up with a fun posing routine. I think I've paid for an hour with him, so I'll probably record it as well and hopefully learn a bit more about flexing and posing, because I've never had any posing coaching at all, and I just want to get better at every sort of aspect of bodybuilding. I'm really back in love with it, really enjoying it a lot, making good progress. All my clients, online clients, are doing really great. I've just got a really positive forward momentum at the moment, and I'm going to keep it going. Lockdown really fucked me up, got really depressed, but I'm fully out of that now, and just, yeah, really happy with how things are going. If you're still stuck in that lockdown mentality, or you just can't seem to shift the weight you've gained, or you just want to get better performance, you want to push yourself to the next level, you want to try your first cycle, give me a DM on Instagram. It's literally my full-time job. I've got plenty of spaces open for clients. I'm capping myself out at 20, and I think I've got 12 currently. So there's space for more of you guys. So message me if you're interested, and I know I can help you out, as long as you're actually committed to sticking to a diet. That's the main thing. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I've got lots more to come over the next few weeks, and this summer I'm really going to try and bring myself to an actual professional level. So that's where we're at, and that's what we're doing, and I'll catch you all next time.